Hi guys, today I wanted to give you a few quick battery saving tips. These are mostly helpful for new Android users because I think Android by default is set up way too aggressive in terms of features and they are all turned on and this sucks a lot of power. You can just disable most of them or maybe limit them to save a lot of battery. So let's just start with that. The first thing I would turn off is maybe the Wi-Fi. Go to Wi-Fi, Advanced, and then the option keep Wi-Fi on during sleep. By default it is set to always. This means whenever the device turns off it is still on Wi-Fi and this sucks a lot of power. So set it either to only when plugged in or to never. Of course this will increase your data usage when you sync a lot of during the device is in standby, but I think it's worth it because it doesn't really sync that much mostly, but it saves a lot of battery. The next thing I would turn off is scanning always available. This is a location awareness feature from Android that uses Wi-Fi to locate where you are, but this also doesn't let your device sleep properly, so I would recommend to turn it off. The next thing would be turning off the location if you don't need it. If you don't ever need it, just turn it off to save the most battery life, but if not, at least set the mode to battery saving. By default it is high accuracy, which uses GPS and Wi-Fi and the mobile networks to estimate your location, and this sucks a lot of power, so just use battery saving. This would be my recommendation. The next thing you can turn off is NFC. If you're like me and use NFC maybe only once or twice a month, why leave it on always? Just check it off and save a lot of battery. It won't be that much, but all in all it can make a difference. Why not? The next thing would be the auto brightness. You can use auto brightness of course, but I think on the Nexus 5 it is set up way too aggressive. So why use all the power if you don't need it? Indoors I mostly use maybe 20% on mine or 15. That's enough for indoors. Of course outdoors you can get higher, but I recommend it to set it as low as possible but as high as you need to have a pleasurable experience. So this is that. The next thing would be the most advanced thing maybe. This would be flashing a custom kernel. Of course, in order to flash a custom kernel you will need to root your device first, but I think it's a Nexus device and it should be rooted anyways. So just flash a custom kernel like let's say Elemental X, Neo kernel, Faux kernel or maybe Franco kernel. It depends mostly on the features you want of this kernel. Because I tested all of them and the battery saving on all is pretty much the same. The difference isn't that big, but flashing a custom kernel really makes a difference because you get maybe even 1 or 2 hours of additional screen on time just because the kernels are optimized and you have way less wake locks. Your device can sleep better, and the more the device is in deep sleep the more power you save, and by default the Android kernel has a lot of wake locks, so keep that in mind. But you also get other features from a custom kernel. You can underclock your maximum frequency, you can undervolt if you want to, but there are also extra options like changing the hot plug or maybe LED control, sound control, or even color calibration, which some kernels already have or some will get eventually. So all in all this can help you to save at least maybe 10 or 15% of battery. This always depends on how you use your device. Of course turning down the display brightness will make a lot of difference, but I also think disabling Wi-Fi whenever you don't need it makes a big difference, and also the custom kernel. This is the most important thing I would say, because all the custom kernels I mentioned, they save a lot of battery. The differences between each other aren't that big, but flashing the kernel really makes the difference. Okay, these were my battery saving tips. I hope you liked them. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, reshare this video, subscribe my channel, and now you're free to leave the comments that I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. No problem for me. Okay, bye.